Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be covering a new Wallstreetbets favorite that I think might not just be a Wall Street bet and might actually be a solid growth stock. And that company is going to be Wish. Now let's go ahead and look at the post that I believe started this whole Wallstreetbets crave. It's the first post on Wish that I could find. So this guy named Vivus Madness gave his two situations that he believed could happen with Wish, and I'll tell you, one of them was right and one of them was wrong. Now these two ideas were based on the float of the stock, the short percentage of the stock, and the lockup expiry period, which is the date at which the insiders can begin selling their shares. Now here were his two scenarios. The first one is going to be that Wish reports a blowout quarter on May 12th, which actually did end up becoming true. But he said with some traction, it'll propel to all-time highs with the really short interest, the small float, and they'll smash the quarter and it will propel this stock to all-time highs. Option number two, and the option that actually did end up happening, is that Wish slowly goes down until the lockup expiration, and on that day, it falls down to single digits. And at that point, this man said that he was going all in on Wish calls. Now, if you were paying attention on the previous page, you would have seen that the lockup period was supposedly going to be June 14th. Now, that wouldn't make sense because June 14th is actually tomorrow. But this guy, Seesaw Lonely on Wallstreetbets, sent in an email to Wish Investor Relations, and they clarified that the lockup period actually expired on May 14th. So this would make a lot more sense as to why the stock has been slowly falling. A lot of the shares that have been being sold, causing Wish to fall all the way down to the $7 range, were actually likely caused by insider selling. Now I will say I'm pretty interested to see what happens tomorrow because I don't think that this May 14th date is known by a lot of people. I think a lot of people still think that tomorrow is the expiry date. So we could see a dip in the stock price. I hope not. I hope people know that it expired on May 14th, but we'll have to see. Going back to this original Vivus Madness opinion, he starts to bring in some of the thoughts that this isn't just a meme stock, it's a solid play. He starts talking about the price targets. There's one from Loop Capital with a $40 price target and another one from Evercore with a $22 price target. Now, granted, this is a month old, so these could have changed, but the point is, the price targets are a lot higher than the current stock price. Now, here's another guy named Baby Joe Messi that really starts to bring up the fact that Wish could be both a value and a growth stock right now. He talks about their price to book ratio, which as of Friday was sitting just over 6. In comparison, the sector average was 13.34. Their current market cap sits below $6 billion, and they have $2.5 billion of revenue in just 1 year. So they're trading at just 2.3 times price to revenue. Now we get into the growth stock side of things, and I'll show you the numbers on this a little bit later, but he talks about a 34% year-over-year growth, 107 million average monthly users, and 19% year-over-year growth on those monthly users. Now he goes into even more complicated statistics. You can have a look at those yourself if you'd like, but he also compares it to some other competitors like Amazon trading at 4 times revenue, NVEI trading at 15 times, Shopify at 25 times, and then you have Wish at trading at just 2 times revenue. Here is another user called Get Rich or Die Trading that put together a couple of numbers comparing some of the most common meme or Wallstreetbets stocks. Now, even though this was posted a day ago, some of the numbers are old for whatever reason. Not the best work, but the point is still proven. The average price target on Wish of $18.40 is the only Wallstreetbets stock that has a price target that's higher than its current price. You can also see that it's the only Wallstreetbets stock that actually has a majority of analysts, 81.8%, saying that it is a buy candidate right now. Going back to that value play, you can also see that it's the cheapest of the 5, trading at a price to sales ratio of just 1.4, while the average of the other 4 comes in at 4.1. I've done this video a little bit backwards of how I normally do it, explaining to you some of the growth and value potential first, but now let's get into what Wish does. Whether you're a Wallstreetbets member who doesn't really know what the company does, but already owns stock, or if you're someone who's just learning about Wish for the first time, I'll give you a basic idea of what they do. So Wish's goal is to find consumers that fit one very specific need. Someone who wants a product but wants it at a cheaper price than the name brand product. They give 2 examples here. You can see some sort of cooking appliance where the branded product comes in at $175, unbranded is $85, and then some sort of wireless headphones, branded $165, unbranded at just $20. And if you go on Wish for just a couple of minutes, you'll notice that there is very few products on there that are over even say $50. One of the complaints about Wish is that sometimes it can be, well, a bit sketchy. These items will oftentimes take months to get to your house. They're being shipped from Asian countries hundreds and thousands of miles away. And some of the vendors on Wish are known to just be not very trustworthy. But luckily, to combat this, they've created user-generated content in which users can go in and rate products, show you videos of exactly what the product is going to turn out like, and give store ratings to the vendors. Here are some statistics regarding Wish's very specific audience. Once again, they're targeting that low income or just value conscious households. You can see that the average household income of someone who buys from Wish comes in at right around $50,000, and 75% of their users make $75,000 or less. Now, the number of households that make $75,000 or less is around 60 million in the United States, 300 million in Europe, and over 1 billion households across the globe. So don't worry if you think people will eventually outgrow that bargain seeking, because there's 75% of people on Earth that prioritize the price of an item over the brand of an item. All in all, I think Wish has a pretty good customer base that's gonna stay with them for a long time. If you haven't been following Wish since its IPO, it IPO'd at a price of $20. It then reached highs of all the way up to $32.85 before reaching lows of all the way down to $7.52. So this price point of $10 could be a fairly attractive entry point if you're looking to be a long-term growth investor, but it could also be benefited by the Wallstreetbets craze. I think you're getting the best of both worlds here, and this could be a good bet. I hope you did go on to enjoy today's video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like down below, and while you're down there, leave a comment which of these Wallstreetbets stocks is your favorite. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one.